I've got a bunch of clients also that have different rental properties, and this is whether you've got a suite, a coach suite or a basement suite, or you just have a house somewhere that people are renting out. It's great, provides a steady cash flow as well as you're receiving property appreciation. But sometimes, and so it works out really well. But I've also got some clients that in their first couple of years of retirement, they just want to sell it because when we look at their rental property, they have the mortgage, and a lot of them have the mortgage paid off or almost paid off. So there's a huge chunk of money, and what it works out to is they can actually receive more monthly having the money invested than what it is being in the rental property. So it just gives them more flexibility, more control over how they want to structure their retirement. Again, not for everybody, but you got to have a look and see, hey, is it better for me to keep this property here and pull off the rental income, after taxes and your property taxes, all those kinds of things, vacancies, repairs, or is it better just to sell the place now, not worry about that headache, and have the money invested and have a little more flexibility in what I pull out? So it's just kind of taking a look at that. It doesn't mean you have to do it right away your first year of retirement. It might be wise to keep the rental property for your first few years and then later on liquidate that. So there's lots of different options, but it's a great retirement option that can provide that steady cash flow and while still building an asset. One thing I referenced earlier was just having your pension plans. Maybe you have a group account, you've got a defined benefits or a defined contribution plan, and now you are starting to receive your income off of that. That's a great foundational piece. Like there's a few things, your company pensions, your old age security, your Canada pension plan, when you decide to receive those ones, those are great foundational pieces where hey, this is what I'm receiving every month. You know what that income is, and then you can use all the other sources, your business income, your RSPs, your TFSAs, your part-time gig, your spouses, RSPs, TFSAs, it can actually be like over 20 different sources of income. It's not uncommon to have that for a family, but you've got your base income, and then you can use all the other ones to top up what you need to, but again, just kind of pay attention where everything is going. So one thing is, want to look at with these is, some of the plans, they don't adjust for inflation, and you also know what your survivor benefits are. If you pass away, what's your spouse going to receive? Sometimes they receive the same income for 10 years. Sometimes they receive a reduced income. Sometimes it stops right away. So there's a lot of different options there, and it's kind of knowing, okay, how do you plan for that? Based on this income coming in, how do I make those plans? And again, just structure everything on that.